Hello, lovelies. Hello, family, and welcome. This is Kimberly Purpoz, and welcome to my channel. And today I want to do another video. I want to respond to one of the viewers on my channel. I believe her name is Ponytail Locks. I think her name is Ponytail Locks. She brought up a really good topic, and I want to thank her for asking questions about this particular topic because it's something that I wanted to learn more about. I'm still learning. I'm still not 100% sure either, but I just found this article and I'm still researching and want to learn more about the UN because I'm not familiar with them. No, if any one of y'all do know anything about the United Nations as it pertains to the American Aboriginal tribes in the Americas, it would be great if y'all could leave a comment below or inbox me or email me because I believe there's some of us who know, probably quite a few of us who are trying to reconnect to our indigenous roots as American Aborigines, and we want to learn more about how can we reconnect with our tribes, formulate our tribes, and also how to have it established. And Ponytail Locks mentioned in one of my videos, I can't remember, but I remember her comment. She was asking, is the United Nations safe for American tribes? You know, we can't trust the federally recognized, the U.S. government to recognize us as being federally recognized due to Dawes Commission, all the treaties, negative treaties, and policies and regulations that they passed in the past. How do we know if we can trust them now? And how do we know if the United Nations is safe? Because the United Nations have been faced with some things too in the past, now and in the past, that are questionable in some ways, but especially the United States definitely has been proven track record, and there's no clarity as to how the UN would treat the indigenous Americans and Americans here in the United States. And these are definitely concerns that we do have and we do need to know about in order to look at things more clearer, to have a more open and clear mind, looking at the pros and the cons, and to better understand. I know as some folks, we're still trying to trace our roots and collect data and information about ancestry. But as we get more and realize more and more that we originate here, and we have a history here in the Americas, not Africa, because it's difficult for us to trace our roots in Africa, but we definitely know our ties here in the Americas and know that we have a strong history and we are ancient here. And we just want to know how the UN works with us as being identified as indigenous, and is it really necessary, and is it safe? But I found this article. I don't know if it's going to shed any light. I didn't really get a chance to read it. This is my first time reading it. I'm going to read it with you guys as well. It came from indianlaw.org. It's called Indian Law Resource Center. And I'm not sure when this was published. I was trying to see who the author is. It doesn't have the author on here, but it is on their website. It says tribes seek new status at the United Nations. We wanted to see how, I'm going to see if this article tells you how they're doing, how other tribes are, how's it going with other tribes. Maybe this article sheds some light. It says New York City, New York, indigenous leaders from across the United States and the world gathered in New York December 14th through 15, 2016, to participate in the consultation with the United Nations General Assembly on how to strengthen the participation of indigenous governments at the United Nations. Tribal leaders are pushing to see the UN formally recognize the distinct character of indigenous people and government through the creation of new and appropriate status at the UN that will allow them to fully participate in all meetings, Indigenous governing institutions are not presently recognized. Indigenous governing institutions are not presently recognized by the United Nations system as governments. Okay, that's interesting. Let me read that again. It says Indigenous governing institutions are not presently recognized by the UN systems government. Okay, that's interesting to know. And see, this is very important, you guys. We need to be, I believe, a lot of more American Aborigines, we need to be at these meetings, okay? I don't know if it's a lot of us there, but it's something that we as American Aborigines need to be going to so we can get information as well on these UN conferences that they have. And this was in 2016. I'm going to have to research this. United Nations General Assembly. We need to read up on this. If any of y'all know, but I'm going to research it too to see if they're going to have any more of these type conferences, because I believe that this is something that we as Indigenous people need to also go to. And we don't because, and I think we're under, we don't have a strong enough voice and appearance at these conferences. More of us should be going to these conferences. I'm gonna research this too. If I find out any more of these, I'll let you all know. If you all see a future date coming up, to let me know, because more of us should be going to these so we can educate ourselves on how this works, and have a better idea of how to go about it and what all we need. It says this process is about creating a space for indigenous governments at the UN. And Terry Henry, Secretary of the State for the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians and Indian Law Resource Center, Board Chairman, Indigenous governing institutions should have the opportunity to submit documents and proposals, make statements to take part in the United Nations activities on a permanent basis. See, he specified these are some of the documents. They mentioned documents, proposals, statements. See, these are things we should be gathering and putting together for our own tribes to try to form our own, so we can reconnect to who we are. It says we have a right to do so. And it says we have the priority over non-governmental organizations in regards to seating and speaking. Wow. Okay, y'all hear that? They mentioned some of the things that you have seen. If we can find out more, it says submit documents and proposals and make statements. See, as you form your tribe, I'm starting to realize it's like several steps. It's important to set it up. It seemed like it's almost like a legal document, if I'm not mistaken. It seemed like that to me. I've been working on some things myself, trying to formulate one for Cherokee Creek, but I'm still doing some research myself. But this sparked some interest in here too. Let's go down. I'm just talking out loud, thinking out loud, you guys. It says this consultation process is a response to decisions made at the World Conference on Indigenous People to consider ways to enable the participation of Indigenous people representatives and institutions in meetings of relevant United Nations bodies on issues affecting them. And see, that's what we need to formulate is more Indigenous bodies, like legal organizations that come together, and that's what we need. I don't know if we have one, but I'm talking out loud. But yeah, these are things we need to be thinking about, y'all. This is a bigger picture to all of this. It's not, yes, it's great to formulate tribe, but we need to establish, and that's some of the projects that been wanting to work with. I'm thinking of some ideas, myself, and also putting together a committee so we can start brainstorming and formulate. If y'all are interested in connecting with me, because I have some things I'm doing. I want to start an indigenous organization um, to help those form their own tribes and become more established as American Aborigines. This is something I'm working on myself, but the more I work on it, the more I read up on things like this, I'm realizing it's going to take more than just me. It's going to take a lot of us. It's going to be a uniting force. And yeah, and reading this article has just added more confirmation to me that I need to start reaching out to more people, but who are interested. But if y'all are watching my channel and y'all are interested, maybe we can put our heads together to brainstorm and to put more things into action. I will greatly appreciate. Please reach out to me. You can comment below on my video, and you can also email me at kpurpose@gmail.com. And that's my Gmail email address. Please email me and you can reach out to me because I want to start coming together and coming together with more brainstorming ideas and developing more things into action because I have my background is in policies and policy making. I worked for the government before, and I see how these federal regulations and policies are made and formulated. And I did a video about sovereignty, our culture and identity and all that.